that they weren't doing very well today, but they have strats for tomorrow, which is today. So I'm actually curious to see what they're going to pull off here and hopefully see a maybe better result.
Oh, here comes FaceClan though. They're going to be launching an attack against Axis Red 1. And these are your hometown boys of Gatka that they're chasing against. VOKOP having a little bit of armor shredded, and that's where there's the flank coming in from Ventoris that might just be able to find Haynoob as he pops that med kit. Grenade connects onto Kachaksusu as the first one to fall. And Angle make that too, as they also had Mr. 5 clipped down as well. There's only about 3 members of Axis all around the field, and they will immediately turf out MR5. That's going to be first blood for Axis Red 1, but the fight does not stop right here. Mika providing assistance as he just arrived across the corner. Tony K needs to force a rush, and he's dropping those grenades again. VOKOP chipping down the health bars, while Mika is a little bit far from where he needs to be, but they don't exactly know where VOKOP is currently hiding.
Well,
this is though.
He's charging up the nades though. Tossed one forward, does not connect, so that's gonna, you know, be a little bit of time wasted here. Micah down on the ground and now leaving VOKOP left alive. That will be the entirety of Axis. But meanwhile, Corpai getting shots from Vampire Esports all the way from Schweppes. Real far out, but well, that could have stopped them in the track here. But luckily enough, they ended the scrambles, the skirmish, even before Vampire decides to come on in.
Yeah, and you just look at that transition from one fight to another. Ventoris basically have eagle eyes to set upon Vampire Esports. I believe that he heard a couple of all these taps coming in from the lower region of Gatka. Now, trilling them in the smoke. How did he hit Corpai? Wait a minute, Ravenclaw. How many meters was that?
Well, that's
almost impossible.
Longest elimination distance confirmed.
Maybe not the longest, but the most impressive because he had no vision though.
Yeah.
Fam taking a little bit of a 3-1 split, and I've never seen this formation coming out of the team before.
Oh, maybe they're just echoing. Wait, hold that thought though. BTR up against APG. Luxy gets taken down here. Zuxi actually will get mistaken of the twins here. Zero drive past by, trying to get some info. Will reveal that Liquid is here to clean up whatever kills they had. That's when this knockdown and Ryzen in dire situation right now. BTR being surrounded by all the Cambodians. They will confirm Ryzen. The kill goes the way of APG. BTR. Liquid is holding up the nade, cooking it up. Tosses through the window. Will it connect though? No, it won't. Prematurely blows up right in front of his face. Zero is going to make the move on forward. Luxy is positioned there. If he does not be careful, Zero might get taken down here. Meanwhile, Luxy sprays down on the side of APG, takes down one at Shroud, leaving another one member who is low, will need to go on for the meds. They are turning this into a 2v2 here, but more of a 2v1, seeing as though that Shroud is on his knees. The nade was trying to be cooked up though, but BTR, they push straight in, and APG will be out for the count.
Electronic Aliens kind of had a red alert moment right there because they had Zuxi taken out very early, and thank goodness they managed to go in to swarm it from different angles. And this time around, it's Liquid that's going to be playing as they subbed out Yuhai. That's a couple of Molotovs being thrown right in from Tony K, and RQ having those bullets fired at them while a little bit of suppressive shot is coming out Team Secret as they try to take on both RQ as well as FaZe Clan. Tony K, a little bit too far from where Ventoris is currently at the moment, as there's only 2 members left for FaZe Clan, but there is the Dacia for him to relocate into safety, while Geek Fam also taking out that spot. Man, Gatka, it's absolutely crowded. So early into phase 3, and there's no choice because that's where the circle is going to end up. While you look at Team Secret, taking those pot shots from long range, and they will have to resuscitate Jumper for the meantime. RQ don't look like they are in the best spot, and same goes to Team Secret because they're not inside the circle just about yet. They only have like less than a minute to work their way around.
Of them, they're playing it very, very slow on the edge of the circle instead of running straight in like most of the teams that are painting the scoreboards right now. BTR, 2 members down. FaZe Clan, 2 members left. I think it was Tony K and Vin Torres, but now Team Secret going straight for RRQ's compound here, or whatever land they hold. Not really a compound, it's an open map. Sprays keep going up a kid. He got traded for trying to go aggressive here. Now he's on the ground. RRQ still have 3 members, but iShot's positioned right in the flank side. GeekFam could come in as a third party. Oh, Fredo takes down Mort. And now they're going to cook more nades just to try and secure more kills in a safe disposition here. So RRQ a bit outgunned here, but Sane, he will be coming in with the third party. As I mentioned, if they're not careful, Team Secret again just losing to third party maneuvers here. iShots does take another 1 member from RRQ.
That's right. Valdemort now just trying to lurk right by, and he just walks straight forward. This isn't going to look all too good. Jumper now being pummeled down, but it's Fredo there to take out the final member of RRQ Ryu. But the grenades now flies right in. GeekFam wants to carry on where RRQ left off, and there's no time for them to pick up Fredo though. And you look at that altercation that just went by. They had great flank position, but they didn't execute it well enough. Now they're about to get punished here. Downward going for a push, and there's no time to save Fredo, like we said before. Only down to iShots for Team Secret, and what can he do? Hiding behind the smoke. He's trying to lick his wounds for a little tad bit, hiding behind that current dossier that's still pretty much healthy, but Damroot, he's on the hunt. This is a top fragger of the tournament right now, charging right in, and that's going to be the grenade. Lob true, but that will miss Damroot for only the slightest bit.
iShots, how can he play his way out of this? He has a vehicle, but don't want to really get into it, knowing that it can be sprayed down right now. He has no choice but to fight his way out here. But these bullets will get through, and Sane will take out the entirety of Secret, making sure that no more points going their side. Meanwhile, NFT having war of their own up against the Eagles here from Vietnam. Nanshan will try and... Oh, well, third party, MSC Chonburi coming in from the backside here. From the distance, so respectably so, but NFT now is going up against EVOS Esports, who's only have 2 players left. He will try and fight here, but still not taking down anyone. It's a bit of a stalemate, just playing by the hay bales.
Not for long though. SVAFVEL, he was taking a seat over in the buggy, and he thinks that he can get elevated shot, but instead he gets pummeled down, and it's Namshin, the next one to fall. Here comes PowerJin as well. He's gonna crack a few more smoke grenades there, hoping to get a little bit more cover, but PowerJin, he's on the long flank. He won't be able to see all too much of what's going on. NFT should have Eagle by the numbers, and here comes Whitecat. More grenades to come as they try to flush out and miss Chonburi inside of the building. But on the other corner, there's also Pmpl Esports, who's hiding by the swamps where they're waiting to attack. But Sharks here, they're not too far from water, and they are feeling it right now. BN United, if they really have to they have to push all together at once. And it's not all too easy. There's still nil points on each side that they have to find a way to somehow get back to the north side of Gatka.
Yeah, but take a look at how MSC is playing the map, though. They have opened up so vast that BN cannot find a flank through. Like, what are they going to do? Straight on forward, 2 members are guarding that position. Pawns is on the side, and immediately, and now for all the third parties are all coming in. Obviously going to push into the circle. BN overstayed their welcome here. Now Pmpl Esports, they coming in for blood. Is trying to snipe one of them down on the vehicle. Will not do so, but that crippled Bantam United enough, and now they have to flee.
Indeed they do. And this is where Bigatron Aliens, they crash out early as well, but they did secure those 2 frags in the form of Anchor PUBG Esports early on. Pmpl Esports now walking on foot. They're not too far from the circle as they try to cut right by the corner of the swamp. And you look at MS Chonburi needing to do exactly the same, while the Infinity, this is the first time that we see them on camp for today, while ONix has been able to find Logan, taking out that veteran player that we've seen for so many times in Southeast Asia. 4 rivals now appearing on the crosshairs, on the kill feed as they take out some members of ONix Esports. Here comes some grenades, and this is a long haul fight between NFT, which they haven't finished up just about yet, but they will have to deal with MS Chonburi, who's currently marching up ahead on foot. That grenade that just been lobbed will clip onto Pop as well as Ponzai for a little more. And there's not much time for a reset. Ramones, he just got to finish this one quickly if they just really want to maintain safe in the next phase.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle here with no covers but gradients to play around with. But Vampire Esports is also in position to maybe get some third-party kills, which is going to be disastrous. MSC and NFT right now trading bodies between each other. Flippy's just going to push on forward, recognizing they've downed a couple of members. He shots. That's going to give his position away. Pons spots him out, but he traded. And NFT, they clean up these sharks.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Sharks will not swim for now. There's still a few more maps to go. Meanwhile, FaZe Clan will be having TonyK as well as Ventorius to fight out entirety of NFT. Remember this, FaZe Clan only has 2 members, but they're fighting as if they got another 8 behind their backs. And that's FaZe Clan to you on how they've had that firepower. Ventorius have been able to knock one down. Ramones will be bleeding out, giving information, and now it's only down to Luppy. Luppy won't survive though. And Drone, he doesn't really have much, and he's getting spotted out. That's all 4 on the ground. NFT, the next out of the game. 8 more teams remain. Ventorius there, being the star of the show, while Vampire Esports knows that they have spotted out FaZe Clan, and they don't really have those numbers to work with. They will go up to challenge them as they are still on foot, while TonyK says, I got the dossier, I'm just gonna turn it around.
Meanwhile though, Geek Fam up against EVOS. This is one heck of a Royal Rumble, as we can see. Snipes gets taken out, and I think that's the entirety of Geek Fam. So although they had some good skirmishes and engagement earlier on, they will bow out with only 3 kills under their name. 4 rivals. They have been appearing a lot in a feed, just inflicting third parties damage. But Vampire Esports and TonyK here, this is the match we want to see. The engagement that's all been hyped about. These 2 Thai teams have came in strong so far in Super Weekend number 2, and let's see if FaZe Clan can pull off a 2v3 situation.
FaZe Clan look like they have that potential to do so. You look at that, 7 frags out of the casualties of Gatka, and there's still a lot more players on the field, but they're not entirely in the best position to take up a fight right now. Paragen grenade, he knows that Fluke is somewhere in the front. He chips out the health, and it forces Fluke to stand up just to reposition, but Paragen, no, he's got this one in the hand. So he's just gonna casually lob the grenade. That will secure that knock. But there's more Vampire Esports members around as they try to fight this one out. KF from the other angle brings out the DP as they will pin down the final member of Eagle Esports. That's a 7th place finish for the Vietnamese team. They've been able to make it to the Super Weekend Week 2. Now, numbers advantage for EVOS Reborn as well as 4 rivals, and they've got equal amount of frags and 5 points being stashed up by each of them. But it's FaZe Clan here, 2 members, and they're still adding those numbers. This is madness. And look at TonyK, he's got Rip as well. The Prodigy is doing it, and he's tearing out every single one of these guys out there. 4 rivals now only have 3 more players to work with.
He tossed the nade on forward though. I think it clipped onto Pumburu. Oh my god, Appy getting burned down by Hellfires here. Schweppes now trying to sweep the entire wheat field, but not getting anyone so far yet. But TonyK still living and breathing. Can do a lot of damage here. His partner Ventorius unfortunately is down, but I think that is the end of FaZe. Maybe, yes they are. Eliminated, 8 kills, still very respectful for their side here. 4 rivals maybe can get in for the revive and maybe get back the numbers advantage, because none of them has been confirmed just yet.
That was pinpoint accuracy coming out of Pmpl, and now we look at different angles of fights between EVOS as they try to take down some players off, and I believe that is Infinity having the final member hiding behind that weak stack. And look at them. Newsy is not going to make a single movement at all. Meanwhile, Vampire Esports as well as 4 rivals, they got those numbers as they are slowly marching up ahead, or should I just say proning ahead this time around.
Well, they will try.
They have somebody trying to drive around on the vehicle. I guess that's how you want to bait out some of all these shots. Vampire Esports 1 man down. Same goes to EVOS Reborn.
Yeah, EVOS, they've been around Infinity's vicinity for a very long time. NewZee's playing so well with that trigger discipline, not actually pulling the trigger, but meanwhile Vampire Esports losing one member and going to lose more here as EVOS is going on the aggro. Meanwhile, the other two will be playing the hiding game and trying to get off whatever they can. SVAFVEL spraying from the covers of this wheat field, just randomly praying that he gets one, and he does. So it pays off from him.
More members of EVOS now getting their health bars deteriorated, and SVAFVEL, he just avoided the nade for a little bit, but EVOS
look at
knows
Infinity
where
though,
exactly
he
they
sees
are.
EVOS!
And Infinity, they're going for the spray! There it goes, EVOS! And now, with that being cleared up, Pmpl and the rest of 4 Rivals have that numbers advantage now, as we are looking at so many players of 4 Rivals who are basically finding those corners and seeking out players from Vampire, as you still have NewZee all alone, and it's SVAFVEL who got him pretty much cornered up, and there you go! First ticket dinner for Malaysia on day 2 of the Super Weekend.
4 Rivals, they played it very passively and it paid off from them. All not trying to go over aggro, did a lot of third-party damages and kills as we've seen across the kill feed, and finally getting themselves that winner chicken dinner. Congratulations to the Malaysian team. That is 4 Rivals for their, I think, their first winner chicken dinner this Super Weekend.